For more than half a century, a real confrontation between Russia and the United States has been unfolding underwater. American and Russian submarines have been chasing each other on the ocean for weeks, and engineers from both countries are doing their best to outdo their rivals. Now this race is being won by Russia, which has both nuclear and non-nuclear submarine fleets. Our country is building the most formidable submarines in the world. A submarine, it's a powerful weapon. It is far more powerful than it may seem at first glance. Let's say an atomic bomb is scary. Weapons, and there's a couple dozen of them on a submarine. Let's say an icebreaker, it's a powerful vessel, but a nuclear reactor. A submarine, even more powerful. In short, no matter which way you look at it, a nuclear submarine is a masterpiece of engineering. The most important tactical property of submarines is the stealth of combat use. Submarines are designed to destroy important military, industrial, and administrative centers, naval bases, ports, land facilities of the enemy, destroy other submarines, ships and vessels of the enemy, staging, installation of sea mines, introduction of reconnaissance, landing of sabotage and reconnaissance groups, and performance of other combat special tasks. We have been making more and more subs in recent years. Let's list what has been accomplished during the year. So, recently at the Admiralty shipyard, a solemn ceremony of hoisting the naval flag on the first serial submarine of Project 677, Kronstadt, was held. This is the most modern diesel-electric submarine of Project 677, Lada. The sequel follows. Deep. It's almost silent, equipped with unique acoustic protection. That is, it is invisible to the enemy while being able to detect a target at a great distance. On board are powerful high-precision weapons, missile, torpedo, and radio-electronic weapons. She's been dubbed invisible. Unnoticeable, quiet submarine, Kronstadt, is made unique means of acoustic protection. Anti-hydrolocation coating, special hull contours. It surpasses all of its predecessors in stealth parameters. Kronstadt, the boat is compact, with a crew of only 35. Diving depth limit, 300 meters. Underwater, she can reach speeds of up to 21 knots, that's 38 kilometers per hour. And spend 45 days on a self-contained camping trip. It can be armed with torpedoes, mines, formidable caliber missiles, and various air defense systems. Project Lada boats are equally good for reconnaissance, defending sea communications, naval bases, and coasts. Everything on the ship is done down to the last screw. In Russia, other boats of the project will be sunk in the near future. Veliki Luki already this year, followed by Vologda and Yaroslavl ships. In Semerodvinsk recently, on February 3, 2024, a solemn ceremony of withdrawal from the boathouse of the under-construction nuclear-powered strategic submarine missile cruiser, Prince Pozharsky, of Project 09552, Bore A, took place. Bore is a double-hulled submarine. The crew, reactor, turbines, missile silos, and other critical systems and mechanisms are housed in a robust hull capable of withstanding high water pressure. Outside is a lightweight hull that gives the submarine a streamlined shape. The submarine is equipped with a nuclear-powered boat. Single-shaft paraturbine nuclear power plant with a capacity of about 50,000 horsepower, developed at Afrikantab Design Bureau, which is located in Nizhny Novgorod. According to Sevmarsh, each Borellis consists of 1,300,000 units and mechanisms. It takes 17,000 tons of metal to build one boat. The total length of pipelines and cable routes reaches 109.6 kilometers. Respectively. The hull of the submarine is covered with about 10,000 rubber plates. The ship is armed with a missile. With AD-30 complex. These are launchers of Bulava intercontinental ballistic missiles, equipped with torpedo tubes. According to the initial design, the Boris were to be armed with R-39U Bark missiles developed by the Mikhaev State Missile Center. However, after a series of unsuccessful tests, work on this complex was stopped, and the submarine project was modified for the Bulava missile, created at the Moscow Institute of Thermal Engineering. It is planned to build at least 10 submarines of this type. So far, 7 submarines have been handed over to the fleet. The submarine, Mazhaysk, of Project 636.3 hoisted the St. Andrews flag. The submarines of this project are characterized by low noise and are equipped with high-precision missile weapons and powerful torpedo armament. Mazhaysk is the 5th submarine in a series of 6 submarines being built for Russia's Pacific Fleet. Admiralty shipyards continue construction of the Yakutsk submarine. She, like the Mazhaysk, was laid down in August 2021. Mazhaysk, like other submarines of this project, is a double-hulled, single-shaft and single-screw diesel-electric submarine. Marina. She is 73.8 meters long and has an underwater displacement of 3,950 tons. The submarine can dive to a depth of 300 meters and reach speeds of up to 20 knots. That's 37 kilometers per hour, underwater, and up to 17 knots, that's 31 kilometers per hour on the surface. The ship can be in autonomous mode for up to 45 days. These submarines are designed to operate in the near sea zone, destroy enemy surface ships and submarines, patrol, surveillance, reconnaissance and protection of communications. The submarines of this project are equipped with the Caliber missile attack weapon system, as well as 6 torpedo tubes of 533mm caliber. It is worth noting that in 2015, boats of this very project, called Varshavyanki, carried out the first missile strikes in the history of the Russian Navy from an underwater position in real combat conditions. Then the submarine Rostov-on-Don from the waters of the Mediterranean Sea struck terrorist facilities in Syria with caliber strikes. The main distinguishing feature of this submarine is that it is a carrier of caliber cruise missiles, which can be used also from an underwater position. The boat itself is low noise and allows to significantly enhance the capabilities of the Pacific Fleet and its submarine forces. The low-security submarine, which can launch high-precision calamities and missiles at surface and land targets without surfacing, significantly increases the combat potential of the Russian Navy. This is very important against the backdrop of Japan strengthening in the Pacific, which is also commissioning new subs and ships and broadcasting dangerous rhetoric about its historical affiliation with Ukraine. Islands. Reinforcing the fleet under these circumstances is simply vital. And we should not forget the United States, which claims a number of areas of our shelf, the Northern Sea Route and many other parts of the Pacific coast. These boats are precisely designed to ensure the defense of our far eastern borders. The nuclear-powered submarine cruiser Emperor Alexander III hoisted the naval flag. According to known information, the submarine Emperor Alexander III is intended for the Pacific Fleet. She is built to an updated 955A design. In general, such a project is similar to the basic Bori, but differs by a number of technical and technological innovations. Due to them, it was possible to optimize production processes, as well as to improve the main tactical, technical, operational and economic characteristics. The ship has a high-power nuclear main power plant and a water jet propulsion system. She can reach speeds of up to 29 knots and the ability to dive to 400,480 meters. The crew includes 107 men, about half of them officers. Extra personnel are housed in cabins and cubicles. Comfortable working and living conditions are ensured. 90-day autonomy. The main weapon of this submarine is the D-30 missile system with the R-30 Bulava intercontinental missile. 16 vertical launching whiskers are placed in the central part of the submarine hull. According to known data, the Mace has a range of at least 9,000 kilometers and carries a separable warhead with individual guidance warheads. A naval flag is hoisted on the nuclear-powered submarine cruiser Krasnoyarsk. The multi-purpose nuclear-powered submarine Krasnoyarsk is the second serial submarine of the Yasen-M project after the lead submarine Kazan and the first serial submarine Novosibirsk. The Yasen-M project submarine has a displacement of 13,800 tons, a depth of 520 meters, a crew of 64, an autonomy of 100 days, and an underwater speed of 31 knots. It is armed with mines, 533mm torpedoes, Caliber and Onyx cruise missiles, and in the future hypersonic Zircon. The fourth-generation nuclear-powered cruiser Krasnoyarsk was developed at the Malachit Design Bureau in St. Petersburg. Such cruisers are designed to fight against submarines and ship groups, as well as to strike enemy ground targets. Earlier, the Russian Ministry of Defense received 3 nuclear submarines of this type. These boats can strike surface targets, including aircraft carriers. A new Caliber and Onyx cruiser appeared in St. Petersburg on Monday. It is likely that they can defend the Boreas from enemy submarines. Yasen-M are well-armed and low noise. This is the kind of weapon our Navy needs. The nuclear-powered submarine cruiser Generalissimo Suvorov hoisted the address flag. Generalissimo Suvorov is the second serial nuclear-powered strategic missile carrier of the modernized Bore A project. The tactical and technical characteristics of the Suvorov are quite comparable to the combat characteristics of the American nuclear-powered submarines of Project Columbia under construction. But note, it costs Americans about 14 times as much to build U.S. submarine cruisers. Our submarines are both cheaper, more efficient, and more reliable. Some military experts note that, while the first Columbia is being built, Russia will have time to complete construction of about 14 fourth-generation nuclear submarines. The slowness of our overseas neighbors is more than ever to our advantage. By the way, the English didn't have much of a lead either. Vanguard's rockets and Generalissimo Suvorov are also quite comparable. Only Trident hits at 7,800 kilometers and Bulava at 9,300 kilometers. The Bore A and Generalissimo Suvorov project submarines, in particular, are one part of the strategic nuclear forces. One of the largest enduring components of our strategic nuclear triad. They're hard to detect and destroy, and if they do, they can hit you hard. Another Project 636 submarine, the Varshavyanka, has been added to the Russian Navy. St. Andrew's flag is hoisted on the diesel-electric submarine Ufa. The solemn ceremony was held in St. Petersburg. There are no analogues of such submarines in the world. Maneuverable and fast, speed underwater up to 20 knots or 37 kilometers per hour. And most importantly, virtually invisible to enemy radar. The Ufa crew recruited sailors exclusively under contract. Unique engineering solutions and equipment allow the submarine to be the first to detect enemy anti-submarine forces in sea duels. In addition to torpedoes and bottom mines, Ufa's striking force is the famous Caliber cruise missile system. They are capable of accurately engaging both sea and land targets up to 2,500 kilometers away. A warship has a double hull. It is made of noise-absorbing elements and gives the submarine a streamlined shape resembling a drop. The sequel follows. In general, judging by the news of recent years, all the tasks set are being successfully accomplished. Although achieving the desired results takes a lot of effort and time. Nevertheless, the general trends are optimistic and allow us to speak confidently about the successful modernization and development of submarine forces.